You've probably heard it 100 times. Every fitness influencer, every supplement ad, every so-called expert says the same thing. If you want to build muscle, take creatine, 5 grams a day, every single morning. That's the rule they repeat over and over again. But here's what almost no one tells you. It doesn't work, at least not for you, not for adults over 60, and there's a very real reason why. Creatine is designed for people who train like athletes, who lift heavy weights in the gym until their muscles are shaking. It only works when your muscles are under extreme pressure, when you're tearing fibers that your body then rebuilds stronger. But for most seniors, lifting that kind of weight isn't possible anymore. And honestly, it shouldn't be. The risk of injury, joint strain, and heart stress is simply too high. So when you take creatine without that intense training, it just sits there, unused, unabsorbed, and wasted. You might notice a little water weight, maybe a brief surge of energy, but not real, lasting muscle growth. That's because creatine doesn't build muscle by itself. It only supports a process your body already struggles to do as you age, rebuild, and repair. And that's the second problem. Creatine demands water. A lot of it, at least 2 to 3 liters every day, just to keep your kidneys safe. But as we age, our kidneys don't work as efficiently as they once did. They can't filter out waste as quickly, and forcing them to process so much water can do more harm than good. You may have already noticed this yourself. Drinking more water means waking up more often at night. You get up, walk to the bathroom, and try to go back to sleep. But each time, your rest gets shorter, and before long, your sleep quality collapses. This is the real danger that almost no one talks about, because it's not just about feeling tired. When you don't sleep deeply, your body stops releasing growth hormone, the very thing responsible for repairing muscle tissue and building new strength. In other words, the more sleep you lose, the weaker your body becomes. And all that creatine you took, it does nothing. It can't fix what's missing inside. So, you follow the plan. You take your supplements. You eat your protein. You stay active. But weeks go by, and nothing changes. Your arms feel soft. Your legs feel weaker. And you start to wonder, what am I doing wrong? It's not your fault. You've been told half the story. A story written for young athletes, not for older adults. Because after 60, your body doesn't respond to supplements the same way. Your metabolism slows down. Your hormones shift. And most importantly, your nutrient absorption decreases. Your muscles don't just need protein anymore. They need the right environment to use that protein. That's why creatine, protein shakes, and even some multivitamins fail to deliver results. They don't fix the underlying issue, your body's ability to activate and absorb nutrients effectively. But here's the good news. There is a way to change that safely, naturally, and quickly. And it has nothing to do with powders, gym memberships, or extreme diets. In fact, it starts with something incredibly simple. 2 vitamins that your body is probably already familiar with, taken together. Before breakfast, these 2 nutrients wake up your cells, kickstart your metabolism, and send a signal to your muscles to begin repairing and rebuilding almost immediately. Within hours, you can feel the difference, not in bulk or size, but in strength, energy, and endurance, the kind that makes you stand taller, move easier, and feel younger again. I know this might sound unbelievable, but it's not magic, it's biology, the kind that works with your age, not against it, because building muscle after 60 isn't about doing more, it's about doing what's right for your body. You need activation, and these 2 morning vitamins do exactly that. They restore what time has taken your body's natural rhythm of growth and recovery. They reawaken the process that creatine tries to replace, and they do it gently, safely, and effectively. In the next part, we'll reveal what these 2 vitamins are, how they work inside your body, and why taking them before breakfast is the key to unlocking their full muscle-building power. So, stay with me, because what you'll learn next could completely change the way you think about aging, recovery, and strength. And once you understand it, you'll never waste another dollar. For years, we were told that muscle loss was inevitable, that after 60, no matter what we eat or how hard we try, our strength simply fades away. But science has started to uncover something remarkable. It's not age that destroys your muscle. It's deficiency, a silent lack of 2 simple nutrients that control how your body uses protein and energy. These 2 vitamins don't just support your muscles, they rebuild them, and when you take them together, before breakfast, they can trigger a response inside your body that creatine never could. Let's start with the first one. It's called vitamin D3, the sunshine vitamin. You've heard of it before, but not like this. Vitamin D3 isn't just for bones or immunity. It's one of the most powerful hormones in the human body. When it enters your bloodstream, it sends a signal deep into your muscle fibers, telling them to grow stronger, to rebuild faster, and to resist wasting away without enough D3. Your body loses that ability. It doesn't matter how much protein you eat. Your muscles simply can't use it. That's why many older adults eat well but still feel weak. It's not about what goes in, it's about what your cells can activate. Studies have shown that seniors with higher vitamin D levels maintain better balance, faster walking speed, and stronger grip strength. In other words, they age slower, not just in how they look, but in how they move. But there's a problem. After age 50, your skin's ability to make vitamin D from sunlight drops by more than 50%. You can spend hours outside and still not make enough. That's why supplementing it, especially before your first meal, becomes crucial. Because when you take D3 on an empty stomach, it absorbs faster and its signals reach your muscle cells sooner. This primes your body for the day and sets off a chain reaction that helps your system use every bit of protein you eat later on. Now, the second vitamin. It's one that almost no one talks about, but without it, D3 can't do its job properly. That vitamin is vitamin K2. Think of K2 as the navigator. It tells your body where to send calcium and nutrients. Without K2, calcium can drift into your arteries, hardening them and blocking blood flow to your muscles. But with K2, that calcium goes exactly where it's needed, into your bones and your muscle fibers, strengthening them from within. Together, D3 and K2 form a perfect pair. One activates your muscle system, the other guides and protects it. And when you take them before breakfast, when your stomach is calm, your hormones balanced, and your digestive system empty, they work faster and more efficiently than at any other time of day. Imagine this. You wake up, take your 2 vitamins with a small glass of water. Within an hour, your bloodstream carries them through your entire body. D3 starts unlocking your muscle cells, while K2 directs nutrients exactly where they need to go. By the time you sit down for breakfast, your body is already preparing to rebuild itself. And here's the fascinating part. You don't need a gym to make it happen. Just light activity, a morning walk, a few stretches, gentle movement is enough to activate the process. Because once these vitamins are in your system, your body remembers how to rebuild muscle naturally, the way it did decades ago. This isn't theory, it's real science. Research from major universities shows that older adults who take D3 and K2 together experience measurable improvements in muscle density, balance, and stamina, often within weeks. But the secret lies not just in what you take, but when you take it. Before breakfast, your insulin levels are low. That's when your body is most sensitive to growth signals. Adding D3 and K2 at that time amplifies their effects. Your cells wake up faster, your energy rises sooner, and your muscles start absorbing protein from your next meal far more efficiently. This is why timing matters. Take them after breakfast, and much of their potency is lost. Take them before, and you unlock their full potential. Over time, something amazing happens. Your daily fatigue begins to fade. You move with more stability. Your balance improves, and your strength returns. Not all at once, but steadily, day after day. This is not about building bulk. It's about restoring vitality. It's about regaining the ability to climb stairs, carry groceries, or lift your grandchild without fear of falling or strain. These two vitamins don't make you younger. They make your body remember how to function young again. They bring back what time has taken: energy, coordination, and confidence. So, before you spend another $1 on creatine or protein powders that promise the impossible, start here. 2 small capsules, taken before breakfast, can awaken something powerful within you, something that's been asleep for far too long. Because real strength isn't built in the gym, it's built inside you, cell by cell, morning by morning. But when you give your body the tools it truly needs, and now that you know the 2 key vitamins, there's just one question left. How do you combine them correctly, in the right balance, the right form, and at the right dose, to see visible results within just 24 hours? That's what we'll uncover in the next section. Because when you do it the right way, you'll not only rebuild your muscle, you'll rebuild your life. Now that you know the truth about vitamin D3 and K2, the next question is how to take them, because the right combination and timing can make all the difference between progress and frustration. This isn't about taking high doses or chasing miracle pills. It's about balance. It's about understanding how these 2 vitamins work together to restart your body's natural muscle-building engine safely, gently, and effectively. Let's begin with the foundation, vitamin D3. Most people, especially older adults, are deficient, and that's not their fault. Even if you live in a sunny place, your skin's ability to produce vitamin D3 declines sharply with age. Add in sunscreen, indoor lifestyles, and seasonal weather, and deficiency becomes almost guaranteed. So how much should you take? For most adults over 60, between 2,000 and 4,000 IU daily is ideal. This range helps restore healthy D3 levels without overwhelming your system. But remember, D3 is fat-soluble, meaning it needs healthy fats to absorb properly. That's why taking it before breakfast with a sip of warm water and then a few bites of avocado, eggs, or a teaspoon of olive oil can dramatically boost absorption. Next comes vitamin K2, the partner that guides D3's effects safely through your body. There are two main forms of K2, MK4 and MK7. K4 works faster but stays in your system for a shorter time, while MK7 acts more slowly but lasts longer, providing sustained benefits throughout the day. Experts often recommend 90 to 120 micrograms of MK7 daily for adults. It keeps calcium flowing to your bones and muscles and away from your arteries where it can cause harm. Now, when D3 and K2 enter your bloodstream together, they begin a powerful collaboration. One wakes up your muscle cells. The other ensures your body delivers nutrients exactly where they're needed. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated regimens. All you need is consistency. Take both vitamins together every morning before your first meal. Give your body a week, and you'll start to feel subtle changes. A little more strength in your legs, a little more energy when you wake up, and less stiffness when you move. After 2 to 3 weeks, those changes become visible. Your posture improves, your endurance grows, and your daily fatigue begins to fade. And here's the part no one tells you. It's not just your muscles that benefit. When your D3 and K2 levels normalize, your mood improves, your sleep deepens, and your immune system grows stronger because everything in your body is connected. Your muscles don't exist in isolation. They're part of a system that relies on hormones, minerals, and circulation to stay alive. D3 and K2 feed that system, reawakening the cellular communication that age tries to silence. But there's one more step, and it's perhaps the most overlooked of all: the foods you avoid. If you take these vitamins in the morning, but follow them with inflammatory foods, you're canceling out their benefits before they even begin. Here's what you should never eat within 2 hours of your morning dose. Soy products, especially soy milk. They mimic estrogen and interfere with testosterone, the very hormone your body needs for muscle repair. Refined carbs, like white bread or sugary cereals, they spike your blood sugar and raise cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle tissue. Processed oils, found in margarine and fried foods, they trigger inflammation that blocks nutrient absorption. Instead, choose whole, clean foods: eggs, oats, berries, yogurt, sweet potatoes, or a protein smoothie with gut boosters. These help your body digest the vitamins efficiently and use them to build new tissue. Because remember, this process isn't about getting bigger, it's about getting stronger. It's about preserving your independence, your movement, your life. You don't need heavy weights or brutal gym sessions, just gentle movement, a morning walk, a few slow squats by the kitchen counter, stretching your arms, rotating your shoulders, taking deep breaths. When combined with D3 and K2, these small actions send powerful signals through your nervous system, telling your body it's time to rebuild. Over time, something incredible happens. You feel more grounded, more alive, more in control of your own body. You'll notice you no longer fear fatigue. You'll notice that carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or standing from a chair feels effortless again, because your muscles have awakened not from a supplement trend, but from a simple, natural rhythm restored within your body. That's the secret your competitor never fully explains. Muscle revival isn't about how much you lift or how many supplements you take. It's about giving your body the right signals at the right time. Morning, sunlight, 2 essential vitamins, clean fuel, movement, and rest. This is how real transformation begins, not with intensity, but with intention. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, before you reach for your coffee, pause for a moment. Take your 2 vitamins, step outside if you can, feel the warmth of the sun, and know that inside you, a quiet revolution is taking place, cell by cell, fiber by fiber. Your body is rebuilding itself. You don't need to fight age. You just need to support life. Because when you do, your body responds with gratitude, in strength, in energy, in purpose. And that's the real secreto, rebuilding muscle and reclaiming your power at any age.